What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. I am your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Y'all know I got another banger for you. So kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
Now, I know I've had y'all locked in on the WNBA content, but I wanted to shed some light on a little college action as well, as we see two titans in the game, Coach Dawn Staley, reigning national champion, and then Kim Mulkey at LSU, the champions of last season, going at it for a number one recruit, a potential generational talent in Aaliyah Chavez out of Texas. She is the real deal. Both these programs would benefit from having her, but LSU is definitely in a position where, you know, this last recruiting class does not compare to South Carolina's at all. They did some work in the transfer portal, but landing a marquee recruit, it's been 2 years since Michaela Williams came to town. You know what I'm saying? So they missed this cycle on a lot of the top players that they wanted. Sarah Strong, Joyce Edwards, Jelani Cambridge, the list goes on. So landing a player of Chavez's magnitude is a complete program changer for the likes of LSU. Looking at her tape, man, the handle, the shot-making ability, the offensive just depth, deep bag instantly pops out on camera. I love the way she controls the tempo of the game, y'all. Seriously, just elite playmaker, court vision out of this world, can blow by you, get to the cup, finish with either hand, shoots it from anywhere. Just a great feel of the game. And I think like in this year's cycle in 2024, Joyce Edwards, Sarah Strong, we saw like there wasn't much of a drop-off. Chavez is the clear-cut, hands-down, undisputed, undoubted number one player in this class. She is it. She is the face of this class. She has the potential to be a generational talent, all-star WNBA level talent. I don't stick that tag on high school players, but straight up, y'all, she is different. Last season at Monterey High School, she averaged 37.8 points per game, 10.1 rebounds, 4.4 assists, and 3.5 steals. She was also named the Gatorade Player of the Year for Cy-Fair in the Nike EYBL Women's League. The circuit, man, she had a dominant weekend. She had 35 in front of Dawn Staley, and then the game before that, she had 27 versus Kia Nurse Elite in front of Coach Kim Mulkey. Both of them were in person, on site, to get a look at Aaliyah Chavez, number one player. Now, currently, she has both schools in her top 10, along with home state school, Texas Tech, Southern California in the running, Arizona, Oklahoma, Ohio State, UCLA, Texas, and Tennessee. But looking at how she fits with both LSU and South Carolina, we know South Carolina has a mob, and we know that regardless if they get Chavez or not, they're going to be fine. This would be a little less meaningful to them, in my opinion, especially when they just brought in five-star guard Maddie McDaniel. South Carolina will also have Tessa Johnson and Malaysia Fulwiley, who will be very prepared to take the keys. Raven Johnson could go pro, but they could bring Raven Johnson back. So you imagine a backcourt potentially of Johnson, McDaniel, Tessa Johnson, and Malaysia Fulwiley. Adding Chavez to that group, I think there would be immediate playing time, but she's more likely to start at LSU, in my opinion. She would be a great addition to this deep backcourt, but it's going to be Malaysia Fulwiley and Tessa Johnson's time after next season, man. These two are going to be handed the keys, and, hey, to be honest with y'all, the program's in great hands. Then you got five-star recruit Maddie McDaniel, who is the prototypical point guard for Dawn Staley's system. Hard-nosed, tough, can get to the bucket, can shoot the three, can hit the mid-range, very good passer, decisive in the pick and roll. So, I mean, they're going to have two of the best guards, probably point guards, definitely two of the best guards in the country with Fulwiley and Johnson. And then McDaniel in her sophomore year, we know she's, coming off of an injury, so she'll get this year to not have too much pressure on her. And then sophomore year, I think she expands as far as her role. South Carolina is also in the run-in for Devon Burridge as well as Agot McKeer and Zakiya Johnson, who are all top 10 recruits, the number 5, number 6, and number 7 recruit respectfully. All these guards, man, they're still in the running for these players. So they don't have to put all their eggs into the Chavez basket, but this would be a major getting the number 1 player in the nation. They have all the momentum right now. They look like they're going to be coming off of back-to-back championships when the commitment is made, potentially. Like, by the time Chavez is a freshman in college, she could be joining South Carolina, the back-to-back national champions. They are stacked, but it depends on priorities. If freshmen don't go to South Carolina and win freshman of the year, right? So it depends on if playing time is more important or if development is more important for her. That'll be the crucial thing, because she will see some minutes freshman year, definitely. And, it's hard to put a number on that because we don't know what the roster will completely look like. We don't know what other recruits are going to do in this 2025 class. We also don't know what Raven Johnson's going to do, and that's going to be a big move too. But, man, Chavez would fit right in with that system. She guards, tough shot maker, used to just performing and dominating on the big stage. She's a winner. So I think she would fit right in. But I think LSU could use her more, in my opinion, especially because, the point guard position was a little shaky for them last year. You got Last Terapoa coming back, Kaylin Gilbert, Cheyenne Day Williams. They got some guards coming in. Miracle Shepherd, who I think will boost this backcourt to a level that we did not see from them defensively and scoring-wise. But Chavez coming in would be good enough to start for this team this year at the 1. I'm going to just be honest. Her upside, her production on both sides of the floor, her tenacity, her competitive edge. I mean, she wants to rip your heart out. She would be a monumental recruit for LSU and get them right back on track where they need to go. I mean, you think they could potentially bring back Anissa Morrow as well, along with Flau'jae Johnson, Michaela Williams, and you got Chavez at the 1 with Flau'jae and Michaela Williams. Oh my gosh. And then Del Rosario in her junior year, expecting her to be up to speed by then, man. They got to be working with her on her footwork and her just basketball awareness. She got to get used to the speed. But at 6'6", with a big body, they need her to be the player that she was up in the Bronx. They need her to be that focal point on defense. They need her to lead them in rebounding. But this team could shake out really, really nice. Chavez, if she wants immediate playing time, but also wants to compete for a national championship, I think LSU would be a really good move for her. LSU doesn't have anybody. They have one guard signed for this class already, but nobody up to Chavez's level. And they haven't had a top recruit since Michaela Williams, man. Like, they were hot 2 seasons ago. They went crazy in the transfer portal, landing Haley Van Lith and Anissa Morrow. We thought would form a super team with Flau'jae, Michaela Williams, and Angel Reese. Didn't quite work out that way. They got bounced from the tournament earlier than expected. On top of that, Haley Van Lith transferred up out of there. Janae Kent transferred up out of there. Vasquez transferred up out of there. They lost basically their whole 2022 recruiting class. You know what I'm saying? So, or 2023 recruiting class, excuse me. So, they're going to need some new blood that can interject and just perform. And I think Chavez would fit Kim Mulkey's system. I think she is a perfect point guard as far as just being able to initiate offense. She'd be able to distribute and get those other players the ball. But she's got way more upside offensively than Last Terapoa. Both coaches were in attendance to see her play this past weekend. So this is a major recruiting battle, and it's just adding more fuel to the fire with this group. Now, if she did go to USC and team up with Juju Watkins, I mean, they got a heck of a class. Kennedy Smith coming in. Kaylee Heckle coming in, who's also a 5-star point guard. So, I mean, there's depth already. I think Chavez, I'm taking her over Heckle, but do you want to go up against another 5-star? Like, is playing time and playing immediately, because I think she could get handed the keys in year one. You got Texas as well in that group. You know, who knows what they do in the transfer portal, but they got Jordan Lee coming in. No telling what Rory Harmon will do. You also got Madison Booker, who handles the ball a lot for them, lead playmaker for them this past season when Harmon went down. So, you know, LSU may be her quickest path to playing time early in her freshman year, man. And I think she's too good to be on anybody's bench. So I think LSU would be a good move for her, among others. Not saying it's the best move and not saying that's the only place she could play on this list. But you also got Ohio State, Jelani Cambridge, like they're bringing in young guards. LSU just makes sense to me. And you're playing in a big conference. The NIL will be magnificent down there. The support for the team is incredible. Kim Mulkey is still one of the best in the game. So let's not forget, I mean, they're just 1 year removed from a national title. And I think they'll be even better next season. So we'll see what the roster could look like. I mean, looking at LSU, man, you know, you got those 3 transfers. You could have Caitlin Gilbert coming back, depending on, you know, which. And Flage, I expect her to be handling the ball more, too, as well in the coming years. And she could move over to that permanent point guard spot. She's definitely got the capability. So it'll be interesting. But Flage, Michaela Williams, and Aaliyah Chavez in the backcourt together would be one of the best backcourts in the nation from the jump. So I'm excited to see. We'll keep y'all updated on what these moves may look like. And if she cuts her list down any more, you know, we'll keep y'all updated. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest. Join our memberships. We got that exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Till next time, we out.